All right, if you've ever found yourself working in a big AWS environment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel like you're drowning in a sea of logs. It's this complex, tangled labyrinth, and it's spread out across dozens, maybe even hundreds of accounts. Today, we're going to find the thread that leads us right out of it. So, does this whole scene feel a little too familiar? You've got your production accounts, your dev accounts, your security accounts, and the logs are just everywhere. VPC flow logs are over here, your app logs are way over there, and CloudTrail logs are somewhere else entirely. It's a complete mess, right? And trying to track down a single event can feel totally impossible. And look, this isn't just some minor inconvenience. For an information security team, this is an absolute nightmare. Just try to imagine doing real-time intrusion detection or a massive company-wide security audit when your critical data is broken up across all these isolated silos. You just can't connect the dots, and that's a massive, massive risk. So how do we fix this? Well, let me introduce the hero of our story, the CloudWatch Logs subscription filter. The best way to think about it is like a super smart automated mail forwarding system, but for your logs. The second a log event gets written, that subscription filter snags it and sends it exactly where you need it to go, all in real time. The real power here is just how simple it is. It's this really elegant three-step dance. An event happens. A filter pattern says, yep, that's me, and boom, instantly, that event is streamed out. The key thing to get here is the real-time aspect. We're not talking about some slow overnight batch job. This is a constant, immediate flow of information. And this right here, this is the goal. This is the architectural dream. We use these subscription filters in all of our accounts to funnel every single log into one central, dedicated AWS logging account. This thing becomes our single source of truth, a secure, consolidated home for all things audit, security, and analysis. And you've got some really flexible options for where to send these logs. You could stream them to Kinesis for some heavy-duty real-time processing. You could trigger a Lambda function to fire off a PagerDuty alert, or you could send them to OpenSearch to build some killer interactive dashboards. Or, and this is what we're going to focus on, you can use Amazon Data Firehose for super simple, scalable delivery into a data lake in S3. So for this solution, we're really honing in on the most popular pattern using Amazon Data Firehose. Think of Firehose as the perfect middleman. It just reliably collects all those log streams from all over your organization and delivers them nice and neat into a central S3 bucket. And just like that, you've created that single source of truth. But here, this is where the real challenge kicks in. I mean, it's one thing to go and manually set up a filter on a couple of log groups that you already have. But what about the dozens or hundreds you already have? And even more important, what happens tomorrow when a new Lambda function or a new application creates a brand new log group? How on earth do you scale this thing? Let's be honest, a manual approach, running scripts every so often to find new log groups, it's a losing battle. It's tedious, it's super error-prone, and you're always going to be one step behind. The real win, the game changer, is a set-it-and-forget-it automated solution. Something that's reliable, consistent, and automatically captures every new log group the very moment it's created. And this is that solution. It is just a beautiful, event-driven architecture that solves this problem for good. So check this out. A new log group gets created somewhere. CloudTrail sees that API call and immediately fires an event. That event instantly triggers a Lambda function. And that Lambda's only job is to go and attach our subscription filter. And that's it. From that moment forward, every log is streamed centrally. It's totally automated and completely hands-off. This quote from the AWS blog really nails the power of this whole setup. This isn't some partial fix. It's a comprehensive solution that handles not just all your existing log groups, but crucially, every single future log group without you ever having to lift a finger. So what's the big payoff for all this? Well, you fundamentally change your relationship with your logs. You go from this state of total chaos, this distributed mess that's almost impossible to use, to a clean, centralized, single data source that is primed and ready for some powerful analysis. And why does this matter so much? Well, for your auditors, you now have one place to look for everything, which makes compliance way easier. For your security teams, you can now run real-time analytics across your entire organization to spot threats as they happen. And for everybody else, you can now point powerful tools like Splunk or Datadog at your S3 bucket and start unlocking insights you never even knew were there. And this brings us to the final and I think the most exciting question. Once you get this engine up and running with all your data finally flowing into one place, What are you going to find? What hidden patterns are just waiting in there to be discovered? What security threats are going to suddenly become obvious? What operational insights are just sitting in your data right now? That's the real power you get when you finally solve the log labyrinth.